Anytime we think about luxury wristwatches, names like Tag Heuer, Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, and Hublot are the first names that come to mind. However, there's one other name that has been making the waves for a decade now: Richard Mille. It's one of the most expensive wristwatch brands. Some say it's due to its superb design and luxury. In today's video, we'll get to know why this brand is so expensive. Welcome back to the Billionaire Status. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like and consider subscribing for content just like this. Let's get right into it. Richard Mille is another name that has gained popularity among the affluent class. Other people may not be aware of this brand. The watch brand has only been in the space for a few decades, as the Swiss business produced its debut watch in 2001. Since then, they have swept the luxury watch market under the rug, all because of their creativity and general skill. The business has swiftly emerged as the most exclusive name in the watch industry. However, the pricing is the most incredible aspect of the watches. So, why are the Richard Mille wristwatches expensive? Number 7. Successful launch. When you introduce a new brand, it's crucial to make a strong first impression. Richard Mille accomplished this when he unveiled his first timepiece, the Richard Mille RM001, in 2001. This watch was known for its exceptional engineering and lacked not even the precious stones found in other pricey watches. Around 80 of these $180,000 price watches sold out almost immediately. The team first produced a fantastic product, and it took Richard Mille almost 2 years to create a watch that was unique compared to everything else. As it is difficult to make the watches as good and distinctive as Richard Mille's trademark tonneau-shaped casing. This is what the company has identified as one of its key characteristics and has raised the price of producing the goods. Unquestionably, another remarkable feature of Mille timepieces is their accuracy. The majority of watchmakers acknowledge it and express their admiration for them. Number 6. Design. There are no other watches like the ones made by Richard Mille in terms of their eccentric design. The idea behind the brand itself is a Formula One car. From a distance, the strong style shouts out without apologies and is easily identifiable. The goal, according to Mille, was to amaze people when they saw his watches. Since Richard Mille watches cost around the same as a high-end sports vehicle, some people have equated wearing one to wearing a sports car on your wrist. The engineering and watch mechanics are combined in the design. The designs have an impotently strong and distinctive look. Because they are all exceptionally lightweight and ergonomically designed, watch enthusiasts are provided with the utmost comfort. And as far as the design is concerned, the goal is to maximize comfort and appearance. The watch's internal gears are arranged in intricate patterns that seem stylish. Also, distinctive from other watches, tonneau-shaped casings contribute to the development of a distinct look that watch connoisseurs may recognize. All the models are very technical, while still being hand-completed. Richard Mille's most well-known creation, the skeleton-shaped dance, has a complex layer of sapphire crystals and other materials. Also, the wristwatches have beautiful finished touches and include angling, hand polishing, satin finishes on bridges, sparkling pivots, and more. A watch of this caliber is extremely difficult to make because of the execution, which is at its greatest level, resulting in technical movement that is patchy but overall an absolute delight. Number 5. High-tech resources. Richard Mille has become distinctive because of its cutting-edge technology in several fields, which keeps it at the top of the field. Richard Mille watches are revolutionary, not only because of their avant-garde concepts and movements, but also because of the high-tech materials used to create them. The brand makes watches out of materials that have never been used before in the watch business. These cutting-edge marketing techniques are frequently used in the production of Formula One cars, as well as in the aerospace and racing industries. Richard Mille invested a significant sum of money and many years of his life in research and development to discover uses for these materials. The end product is what is shown here. These materials and metals have unique compositions that are used in the manufacture of watches. Although it is not always true, one may always boast that these watches are constructed of unusual materials. These watches have a purpose and utilitarian, thus they are built of strong cutting-edge materials. When you try on a Richard Mille, it will be clear right away because they are frequently extremely huge, but exceedingly light. So, despite having large dials and straps, they do not add weight to your wrist. Besides being compact and lightweight, the structure is uncompromising, feels light, and has a stunning finish. It's quite astonishing, and this is heightened even further when you consider how complicated the case of architecture is. It's interesting how the creation of the material frequently result in random patterns in the carbon layers. And as a result, each instance ultimately differs from the others and has a unique fingerprint in individuals. With Richard Mille, no two cases are the same. Each watch made by Richard Mille is as brilliant as it can be. Number 4. Marketing strategy. Richard Mille's marketing strategy has been extremely important to the company's success. In addition to the workers' unstoppable effort in technical design and innovation, these marketing strategies have been the reason why the company can command such high prices. Their marketing staff did a good job of conveying a sense of exclusivity. Normally, when promoting a premium brand, you promote yourself differently than when you are promoting a widely accessible brand. You will probably use web marketing to build interest in your business if you want to offer a reasonably priced candle. You may spend money on internet advertisement, email marketing, and search engine optimization to promote your business online. Well, when it comes to Richard Mille's marketing strategy, exclusiveness is one of the primary themes. That implies that it isn't necessarily trying to catch everyone's eye online or on television. Richard Mille is aware to target folks in exclusive high-end groups instead. If you own a Richard Mille, you are one of a very small number of individuals who can afford one. Number 3. Rarity. Making a Richard Mille watch is complex and time-consuming, so it's not just about marketing and strategy. Aside from the fact that much of the labor is done by hand, Richard Mille depends on rarity because they are hard to come by. Richard Mille produces fewer than 5,000 watches a year, which is not a modest amount considering that demand is always greater than supply. People continue to want more as a result of the sense of distinction it fosters. Also, a lot more versions are created in small quantities. It enhances the perception that the watch is special. High secondary market and ocean prices demonstrate how strongly held these brands' ideals are. Anyone with even a passing familiarity with watches can recognize a Richard Mille timepiece. They are also aware that the owner had to spend a lot of money to purchase it. Due to its distinctive look, many people prefer to buy a Richard Mille over other pricey watches. The fact that it seems so dazzling makes it easier for others to tell what kind of watch they are wearing. Number 2. Tough dynamics. The time and attention devoted to each product for its intricate movement is another justification for producing a small quantity of what is used. Mille adopted a different method of horology than what is often seen in the traditional Genevieve watch. Richard Mille had a passion for watches, and he enjoys observing how the little component moves. He developed the notion of demonstrating an element's behaviors from then on out, and he considered the notion well since a modern watchmaker wants the public to observe how a watch works. After all, a mechanical watch's movement is undoubtedly its most interesting feature. Richard Mille persisted in his plan, and before long, the tourbillons became the main topic. To escape the revolving prison, you must be highly creative and refined. The Richard Mille watch has an intuitive mechanism that is built for high-impact dependability. Richard Mille offers sophisticated design in addition to precision, uncompromising accuracy, and dependability. Number 1. Status symbol. Richard Mille has become the most evolved person in the watch business, and the primary reason is that this watch is made especially for the upper class's wrist. A lot of people buy Richard Mille watches to showcase their status symbol. It serves as a status symbol that communicates to others where you fit in the world. The business plan was designed with the brand's elegance in mind from the outset. Every time a person viewed the watch, Richard Mille wanted them to picture luxury. And to achieve this, he invested a lot of time and resources in turning the name into a premium brand. As one of the greatest prestige symbols in the world, if you own one, you either spent a lot of money on it initially, or it has gained the status of the billionaire's handshake. That's because the Richard Mille is an expensive piece of jewelry that only the famous and affluent can purchase. And that wraps up why Richard Milles are so expensive. Which one of these reasons is the most fascinating? Would you ever purchase one if you had the money? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get more content like this. Thanks for watching.